them in and grab a hold of them and get this instruction in them and get them growing in these things. Get them growing. But we got to take it to them because they ain't coming to us. They didn't come to Jesus unless they needed something. Well, most of the time when people come through those doors, they're in desperation need. And that's the only time that you'll see people seeking Jesus. They was in desperation need. But when he went to save people, he went out to the highways and byways, to houses, to mountaintops, to ships. He went everywhere. Paul done the same thing. Paul done the same thing. But I just want you to pray about it. I really want you to seek the Lord about it. There's work involved in it. They're going to be. There are going to be things involved in it. They really are. And it's going to take every one of us. But if we'll go out, I think you're going to watch it explode. If we go out the right intent, love. Love them. Help them. And begin to love here. Because judgment must begin at the house of God. We must begin to love one another enough that we would do whatever we would for our own family. Because if we can't do it here, we can't do it out there. We can't. Well, I've given you what I thought the Lord wanted you to know today. I think He spelled out clear that there's weights weighting you down because you're losing the warfare. And God will not let you have peace in that place. And if you ain't careful, it's going to drive you to bitterness. And bitterness, you're going to sell out your birthright like Esau. And God ain't going to hear from you. But He wants to take you to a place of goodness. Brotherly love must be our guide. We must begin to love one another as much as we do anything else. And we got to follow God's leadership and where He wants us to go. We got to cast the nets where He tells us to cast them. And He's telling us to cast them on the right side of the boat. But you pray over the next few weeks if I'm right or wrong. And what to do. If I'm right, then what does He want you to do? What does He want us to do? Because that'll be after the vacation period. Everybody have their vacations over. And we can go together. And we can do things together. But I've given you what I think the Lord has for the vision of this church. The next steps He's got for us. But no excuses. That's the number one thing. We can't just say it. We got to do it. We got to do what He's asking. Now, I'll give anybody opportunity. You're welcome to say anything if you agree, disagree, or if God has showed you anything. I've had one person already confirm to me that this is the right path. That we got to go. That this is the way that... And I didn't even realize it till afterwards that I began to talk to this person about it. That's the way Jesus did it. That's the way the disciples did it. Man, why ain't we doing it that way? We're supposed to follow the way He did it. Why ain't we doing that? Why are we waiting on them to come to us? Because we're as a sinner afraid of. Church. If you go to their place, they're more comfortable. You go to their environment and in the world, they're more comfortable. And that's why He did it. They were more comfortable at their place. They were. If I've gave it to you. Now, you got anything to say or add? Agree, disagree? This is our church. No? You write it down, family? No one?
That's a good idea to me.
That's the way the Lord did it. He shows the way. Anyone else?
What will you do? Just set a time and do advertising
2 weeks before and start advertising. Whatever advertising we can go.
Like 2 weeks before.
But that's all the announcements going radio anyway. We got 2
So we
weeks
could make
before.
some flyers, I could put flyers up in the shop.
We got like the printer set back here to make anything. We got, Easter will have the tax exempt status, we can do mailers. And I didn't know why you want to go that route now. I know. We can start sending out stuff. See, a nonprofit mailing is like 10 cents. And you get nonprofit